Evil is evil, lesser.
I'm short on patience today, so either let me in or I'll let myself in over your dead bodies.
Greater. Middling.
Sorry, can't let that happen.
Makes no difference. The degree is arbitrary. The definition's blurred. If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather choose the darkest path of them all.
10, 20, 30.
Our story follows the journey of Geralt, who is a witcher.
Witchers were made to kill monsters. Their conscience plays no part. They just get on with it, then pick up the coin pouch tossed at their feet and set off on their way.
Normally, Geralt would carry 2 swords.
Heard you wondering about my swords. Well, one's for monsters, the other for humans.
Not only that, witches are known for their preparation skills, using a wide range of tools to best handle any situation. But what's the fun in that? In this challenge, we are going to take that all away and rely just on our fists and our signs. Alright, time for the challenge rules. We will be playing on Death March difficulty, no swords or crossbows, no armor. It was very tempting to see Geralt with no clothes on, however, I decided to maintain immersion in the story, so I'll put him in regular clothes with no defense points. No consumable items such as potions, food, bombs, etc, etc, etc. Lastly, we will always choose the greater evil when given a choice. I know this can be subjective, so I'll try my best to pick violence and options with negative outcomes whenever I can. Our story begins with Geralt and Vesemir. They are on a quest to track down the sorceress Yennefer. The only clue they have is this letter that Vesemir is currently reading.
What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
That's private. Very private.
Before we can discuss anything else, we are interrupted by a bunch of ghouls. In this first battle, we are locked into battle before we can change our gear. But we can sheath our swords for now. The main way to damage the ghouls was through the use of Igni, which is a fire-based sign. Alongside that, I relied on Vesemir to deal damage until the whole group was defeated. With the battle complete, we can now unequip all our weapons and items and officially begin the challenge. We head to the tavern in White Orchard and speak to the locals to try get some information on Yennefer. This guy seems quite nice and provides some information on where to go next. I'm sure he's not some all-knowing supernatural being with demonic powers. That would be absurd, right?
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble and you'll be nearby to help.
We head outside and are greeted by some rather polite men. So you know exactly what we have to do.
Better round up someone else to help. 3 of you don't stand a chance against me.
Afterwards, I take a quick detour to a place of power. These stone monuments are found all throughout the game and provide additional skill points. This allows me to unlock the Sun and Stars ability, which will give me additional passive healing during the day. Back on track, we talk to the Nilfgaardian captain, and in exchange for information about Yennefer, we must take out a griffin in that area. We agree and begin our preparations.
Medallion's humming. Place of power, it's gotta be.
After finding all the places of power, I obtained the all-important white shirt, which we will use for the rest of the run. With all my new skill points, I unlock Rage Management, which allows me to use signs with adrenaline points. This combines well with the Adrenaline Burst ability, which allows signs to generate adrenaline. With our setup complete, we engage the Royal Griffin. For this fight, we can use Vesemir to distract the beast, as well as deal damage. I just focus on keeping a safe distance and casting Igni when my stamina recharges. I should let you know now that Geralt cannot punch monsters like he can with humans. Each punch will stun Geralt, so I only punch monsters to help generate adrenaline points so I can then cast another sign. At the halfway point, the griffin flees, so we get a chance to unequip the crossbow that Vesemir gave us before the battle. The second phase of this fight is exactly the same, so it was no problem from here.
Time to end this.
Not bad. Not bad.
We meet back up with the captain and he informs us Yennefer is in Vizima. With this new information we tell Vesemir back at the tavern. There seems to be some tension in the air amongst the locals.
Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just this once. So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's go.
That brawl, we didn't start it.
Excuses, excuses. You've not changed a bit.
Well, well, if it isn't the beautiful Yennefer here to greet us. We don't get much time to chat as the Emperor needs to meet with Geralt immediately. We part ways with Vesemir for this journey, and he lets us know he'll be waiting for us at Kaer Morhen. We set off with Yennefer and partake in the usual small talk.
You know, I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
Before we can learn any of the details, we're interrupted by the Wild Hunt. With Yen's help, we are able to escape and make it to the castle. Inside, we are indirectly told we need to freshen up. So long beard, and hello stylish clothing. We meet the Emperor and ignore the usual customs because we fear no man. The Emperor informs us that Ciri has returned and is in danger from the Wild Hunt. For those unfamiliar, Ciri is the biological daughter of the Emperor. However, Geralt is her adopted father and treats Ciri as if she is his own daughter. We agree to find Ciri and our new main quest begins.
Did I not emphasize adequately that one must bow to the Emperor?
Relax, nothing happened.
We meet up with Yennefer and she gives us some information on where to start looking for Ciri.
And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, alright? Just check those leads and come back to me, in one piece.
One Piece! Do 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 do. We investigate the village that our contact Hendrik was last seen, but it appears we were too late and the Wild Hunt have already disposed of him. By snooping through other people's belongings, we get two new leads, the Baron and a witch. We go to the Baron first.
Need to talk to him. Open the gate.
Not a chance.
We heard what happened at the crossroads.
And well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions,
We'll not let a man like that in here.
I guess I'll just sneak in another way then. The Baron wasn't happy with me, so naturally I continue to test his patience at every opportunity.
How do you like it here in Velen?
I don't.
But despite being rude, he needs my skills to find his wife and daughter, and in exchange for our efforts, he will tell us some information about Ciri. So it looks like we have no choice. We begin by heading to the Pella, and it looks like he already has some company. Geralt, you know what to do, buddy.
Get the hell out. Now.
Inside, we speak to the Pella, and he informs us that the spirits might have some information to help our search.
Spirits. Great.
We learn that the Baron and his wife had a miscarriage, and the little one is seeking vengeance in the form of a botchling. This botchling should be able to lead us to the Baron's family. We head back to Crow's Perch and confront the Baron. By now, you know violence is the only option we need to get things done. We beat some sense into the man to try calm him down. We let the Baron know we can either lift the curse or kill the botchling and take a sample of its blood to the Pellar.
Do not kill my child.
I think the choice is obvious. For this fight, the main strategy is to keep on the move, and each time the botchling lunges, I'll punch it to gain some adrenaline. Then I'll cast Igni whenever I can to damage the creature. At the halfway point, the botchling calls in some reinforcements with some wraiths. For my first attempt, I tried to just focus on the botchling the whole time, but it starts healing in this phase and I wasn't making much progress. It also takes one lapse in concentration and it's all over. So I switched up my strategy and take the wraiths down first. After defeating the first one, another one spawned in. I honestly thought they would just keep spawning and my plan would be in shambles. Luckily, there is only 3 wraiths in total. From here on, we can use Axii to calm down the botchling to stop it from healing. Then it's business as usual until it's finally defeated.
Bloody hell! You killed my child! You were supposed to lift the curse! Save it, damn you! Not kill it!
Shut up before you wake someone.
After that fiasco, we head to the Pellar with the blood sample. We learn that the man named Wojtek has some information on the family's whereabouts. He informs us that the daughter Tamara is safe in Oxenfurt while the wife Anna is missing, but she has a distinct marking on her hand. We confirm that Tamara is alive first, and then we go back to our second lead from earlier, the witch. We find their house and just invite ourselves in. Turns out the so-called witch is actually Kira Metz, who is a sorceress that Geralt already knows. She lets us know that there is a meeting place between an elf and Ciri, so we head there immediately. When we arrive, we witness the wild hunt. It looks like they're a few steps ahead of us still. In this dungeon we fight a golem enemy that would be a real pain for me at this point. However, Kira is a good friend of ours and will not only tank the damage but deal all the damage for us in this fight. I could get used to this. Moving on, the wild hunt try to stop us once again. This time we need to close some portals. This section sucks, and if you have done this before, you know what I'm talking about. We need to stay inside this small area Kira creates for us while defending her from the wild hunt hounds. For this run I could only use Igni here, so I need to bring my A game to not get cornered. Once all the hounds are defeated, Kira will close the portal and head to the next one where you repeat the process. Luckily, if you stand still she won't move and I can heal back up by using the Sun and Stars ability. Once all the portals were taken care of, we move on to the final battle here. Nithrol is a walk in the park compared to the last section. Kira using her spells and Geralt using Igni mess him up pretty bad. Nithrol will heal back up and summon hounds, but once they're defeated, we can just keep damaging him the same as before. With Nithrol defeated, we learn about the crones at Crookback Bog. But there's something more important to do first. Sorry, Ciri. We meet back up with Kira for an important meeting, or something of that nature.
So, what do you say to a moonlight ride on horseback? And dinner?
I'm a witcher, not a gigolo.
Well, we were easily persuaded, it seems. After a nice dinner, Kira proposes we spend the night as friends.
Friends? With benefits. So
as a man who is Team Yen, of course I'll have to say yes. It is an evil playthrough after all. The next morning, Kira is nowhere to be seen. No one disrespects Geralt like that, so we'll have to confront her.
You're a vile, two-faced, four-tongued viper.
Oh, Geralt. Shame you didn't talk that way when we
Turns out she didn't appreciate that baseless slander. Oh well, it's time to die, Kira. She only has a couple of spells, so you can learn the pattern to dodge her quite quickly. She also doesn't appreciate being lit on fire, so Igni is the play here. If you're wondering why I don't die here, it's because I unlocked the Undying skill. This allows you to use 1 adrenaline point to save yourself when you hit 0 health. Just like that, Kira is no more. Back on task, we head to Crookback Bog and start chatting up some kids. We are then interrupted by an older lady who tells us to buzz off. So we go find Johnny, the creature the kids were talking about. He can't speak, so we break the curse for him. He repays the favour by giving us the opportunity to speak with the crones in the tapestry. We get given yet another detour to kill some evil force. There's only room for one evil force, and that's Geralt. With that dealt with, we head back and meet the crones in person.
In real life, you're different than you were in the tapestry.
Geralt notices the mark on the older lady. It turns out she is Anna, the Baron's wife. The crones then tell us about when they saw Ciri. They forgot to mention they were going to eat her. We then report back to the Baron as we have fulfilled our end of the bargain. The Baron then informs us about Ciri and how she left him and made her way to Novigrad. So that's exactly where we will head next. Our first stop is to meet up with the lovely Triss. We run some errands in town together before Triss gives us an idea on how to find Ciri. Our next stop is to visit Corrine Tilly. She claims to be able to use dreams to see into the past, which is huge if true. Based on the dream, it seems like Dandelion is the key to finding Ciri. Great. We stop by Dandelion's place and Zoltan is there to greet us.
All right, time for some spring cleaning. I've got to boot them all out. Care to join me?
With pleasure.
They were nothing but third-rate duelists. We continue to invade people's privacy and read Dandelion's journal to try track him down. The best information we can find is all these meetings with different women. Time to go meet all the ladies.
You, Eliel?
Yes? Now pick your jaw up off the floor.
Sorry, I thought Eliel was one of Dandelion's girlfriends.
Oh, so it's that. Wait here. Any better?
So you're...
Eliel.
Well, that's not what I was expecting, but who am I to judge? Elihal's shop also allows us to get new pants, which is one good thing I suppose. Alright, let's speed through all these ladies as there's so many to go through. With the investigation complete, we narrow his main lover down to the bard Priscilla. We both listen in on her performance and the lyrics are awfully familiar. At the conclusion of the performance, we meet up with her and it seems that Dandelion still continues to spill all the beans about Geralt's life.
Doubt I could think of a more fitting subject for a ballad than a witch's love for a sorceress. Or should I say, sorceresses.
Priscilla lets us know that the last time she saw Dandelion, he was planning a heist on Siggy Reuven's vault. Dandelion planning a heist? Man, we all know how this is gonna go. We head to see Siggy Reuven, also known as Dijkstra. Geralt and Dijkstra have some past history together and are not very fond of one another. But Dijkstra offers to help us find Dandelion if we first help him find his missing treasure. So the sarcasm between these two shall carry on.
Fine. I'll help you.
You're not exactly bursting with enthusiasm.
Witcher mutations. They strip us of emotion. I'd be jumping for joy otherwise.
We investigate the sewers and conclude that it must have been a bomb that blew the wall open. Dijkstra then tracks down the name of the person who was involved and we head to their home. In the house we find a letter that is written for Ciri. It states that the Temple Guard commander Caleb Menga has the treasure and that Dandelion was captured by him. Dijkstra also hires the services of Triss as she needs the funds for her own personal goals, and the two of us head to see Menga. We use the oldest trick in the book and pretend that Triss has been captured to gain access to the Witch Hunter headquarters. But do you really think I'm going to be stealthy and let these guys live?
I need time to heal. I can't steer the wheel, cause this drive it kills, and it gives me chills. A nice road it feels. I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold, cause I can't move on till I let go.
I must say, trickery and deceit, not your strong suits.
True. I prefer straightforward solutions.
Well, we may not have got the information we needed, but at least we got this key. I'm sure Dijkstra will be happy with this.
You lied to me.
Stop moaning.
I jest you not, Geralt. You abused my trust.
I can live with that.
We then track down one of Menga's men to find the location of Dandelion. It seems the only way we can free him from Temple Isle is for Menga himself to order it. Well, damn. Luckily, Triss is a legend and has a plan. We can use a Doppler to take on Menga's appearance to issue the order. We just have to find Geralt's old friend Dudu. We will come back to that later. Triss wants to earn some money to support the escape of the mages in Novigrad. Turns out we have a fancy night ahead of us, so it's time to prepare. We will chuck on our doublet and also get a fresh cut. We arrive at the Vegelbud estate for the party and cause some mayhem within minutes. Maybe he deserved it? I guess we'll never know. Later in the night we get some alone time with Triss, and as the loyal man that we are, we kiss Triss. I'm sure Yen will never find out. We then say goodbye as Triss makes final preparations for our plan. Meanwhile, we have business of our own to take care of.
Hello, Junior. Been looking for you a while now. I've come to kill you.
Junior informs us that he captured Dudu and damaged his eye. He also says that Ciri was here to try fix the phylactery, and that is where his usefulness comes to an end. Goodbye, Junior. We meet back up with Triss, and it's time for the mages to leave Novigrad. Triss proposes we go through the sewers so the guards won't catch anyone. Guess who's gonna have to clean out the sewers of all the monsters? That's right, Geralt. The normal drowners are no worries. However, the sewer has a catacomb, and they are a force to be reckoned with due to their fast healing. To counter this, I thought I'd try the deadly precision skill. It states that each adrenaline point gives a 1% chance to kill an opponent instantly. Time to go punch a catacomb to death.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, do ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the news.
So it turns out I spent 30 minutes of my life punching that thing and nothing happened. To see if I was just unlucky, or that this monster was immune, I grabbed a sword and came back. Would you believe it? It dies in like 10 seconds. So I guess the ability only applies to swords. How wonderful. It was time to rethink my strategy. I respect Geralt and decided we were going to go a full sign build now. I invested heavily into Igni and Quen. This gives me a way to both damage and heal myself for tougher enemies such as this catacomb. Alright, let's do this.
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that that you never guess. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got heart. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that.
With the sewers cleared, we get one last chance to talk to Triss before she heads to Kovir. We let her know our true feelings, but it is too late. Or is it? Triss proposes that we both go to the lighthouse to watch the ships. But I'm sure you know that is not what's going to happen.
I missed this Geralt, you know?
Meaning?
Not a Geralt who's not afraid to open up to me. Tell me what he really feels, what he wants.
What I want? One more thing.
Shh. I know.
Look, they're signaling us. It's a message.
Back on task, we meet up with Priscilla to construct a plan to find the Doppler Doodoo. What better plan than to create a play starring Geralt? We were made for the stage and the crowd loved it. But most importantly, we find Doodoo hidden away in the crowd. Now we can finally free Dandelion. In classic Dandelion fashion, he is useless in combat. But we are able to track him down once more and set him free.
Geralt, must you ruin everything? I had him just where I wanted him.
Come on, we'll talk outside.
We ask him about Ciri, and he says he doesn't know her exact location, but has a tale to tell us of his heroics.
Ciri? Damn it!
We also learn that Ciri is trying to lift a curse, and Dandelion provides the words. So we had no luck in Novigrad as well. This just leaves one place left to check.
So, Skellige?
Skellige.
We wash up on the shores of Skellige, only to be greeted by a grave robber.
What's your name?
Steingrim.
Well, Steingrim, I don't like you. In fact, I feel like slapping you.
With them taken care of, we head inland to Kaer Trolda. There appears to be a funeral going on, but you know we have more important things to worry about.
You smell wonderful.
Geralt, we're at a funeral.
You smell wonderful at this funeral.
Afterwards, we catch up with Yennefer to share information we have regarding Ciri. Yen tells us about a recent disaster that occurred and she believes Ciri may have caused it. Before we can make a plan, we are interrupted by Krak, who forces us to attend the wake against our will. I guess it's time to let the hair down. We meet up with Yen and head inside. It doesn't take us long to get fired up after Lugos throws some shade at Yen. We will teach him a lesson.
We'll call it even then, soon as you apologize to the lady.
You land rats are all the same. A few to you wenches.
Later, we head further inside the castle to try find the magical artifact that Yen is looking for. We cut ourselves on the door, if only we were wearing gloves. Geralt believes the animals in the room are alive, so we need to beat them up the only way we know how.
What's happening?
You were hallucinating. You ran at Ermien's animals.
Mind if we, never mention this again?
We press on and find the mask, only to be confronted by an earth elemental. You've got this, Yen. We will just sit back here and give you some words of encouragement. The room begins filling up with gas, so we have to act quickly.
Teleport us out of here.
Think of something. Quickly. First thing to come to your mind.
We end up back in the private room Yen was talking about earlier. Yen says her outfit has a hole in it after that whole ordeal, so she's gonna go patch it up. Geralt has some other things on his mind though.
Oh no.
Well, now that we're done thanking one another, let's get to work. We must determine if Ciri is still on Skellige.
We meet up with Yen and Ermion, who are having an argument about the mask we stole. We talk to Ermion, and during this time Yen activates the mask, causing a storm. We catch up with Yen and she says the mask can be used to reveal the past. We do some investigating and find the remains of a wild hunt rider. Ermion then informs us he has heard about the attack and gives us a location.
Next stop, Indorsfjall.
We speak to the locals in the area and they say they saw Ciri with a man known as Craven. He was last seen going to the Garden of Freya to fight a monster named Morkvarg. They say this garden is a sacred place.
You needn't worry about us. Geralt and I always give the gods the respect they are due.
Nothing like a bit of necromancy to show our respect. We do learn some important information though. We see that Ciri was friends with this man before she leaves on a boat with a mysterious mage. We then catch a glimpse of a strange-looking creature.
Key to finding Ciri is that ugly thing Skjall saw on the beach. That's what I think. You know, I saw something, or someone who looked just like that.
Where?
In Velen. Local ruler, a baron, keeps him at his castle. Strange. Where'd you find him?
Funny story, actually. I won him in a game of cards.
Ever play Gwent?
I do. And what's more, I usually win. If you've a deck, sit down. Outplay me, and I'll give you one of my unique cards.
Rare card? Could they have found the card that I've been searching for?
Did you really think I was going to do a Witcher playthrough without Gwent? Come on.
Wouldn't mind playing a few rounds of Gwent. Let's lay him out. Heard you play for high stakes here.
Now, there is a reason for this. Once you collect enough rare cards, you can enter the high stakes tournament. This tournament has a lady in it. I think you might know where this story is heading. We win the first round and Sasha already wants to speak with us in private. Now get your minds out of the gutter, she just wants to make a deal that we will split the winnings if either of us win the tournament. Well, would you look at that, the prize money was stolen. We track the thieves down and remind them why you should never get between Geralt and his favourite form of legalised gambling. Sasha then has a proposition for us.
Know what? Let's have dinner at the Kingfisher. Oh my.
He asked me to see her again at the House of the Night, and then...
Fascinating story. Shall we go upstairs? You can show me exactly how it ended.
Great idea. Always did know how to win friends. Wanted to talk to me about something?
I'm honestly surprised Yen is still here after listening to Geralt ramble on for so long. Anyway, Yen informs us that she wants to capture a djinn, so naturally we agree to her plan. We get teleported to the location of the djinn, and Geralt inquires into her reasoning behind finding it. She says she wants to remove Geralt's last wish that he made where he said they would be together forever. Yen wants to see if it's true love or just magical powers that keep them together. For this battle I'll showcase the power of Quen. When you take damage with the shield active, Geralt will heal himself and also reflect damage back at the djinn. I then have to rely on my dodging skills and hide behind the mast while my stamina recovers. Once I can cast Quen again, I repeat the process until it's finally defeated.
I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.
With the djinn defeated, Yennefer is able to remove Geralt's wish. With the magical power now gone, it seems that nothing has changed between the two lovebirds.
I love you, Yen.
And I love you.
Before we leave Skellige, there is one last thing Geralt must do.
I'm Jutta Undimmen. No man's been found who could best me in combat.
It's a pretty bold claim, but I think she has all the gear and no idea.
Don't wanna test your luck with me. I think I've had enough. I'll stick up all the back. That's tough.
She was no match for Geralt, but she was impressed that we were able to beat her up.
Come to my home in Harviken. I'll be waiting after dusk.
See you later then.
I started to think you'd changed your mind.
I'd never miss a chance to spend a pleasant evening with you.
I don't know that I'll make for engaging company. In truth, I rarely talk to men.
We don't have to talk.
We travel back to Velen and find the ugliest man alive, also known as Uma. We convince them to join us on our journey.
This here's Roach. She'll take us to Kaer Morhen. Well, come on.
We arrive in Kaer Morhen and are greeted by our old friend Vesemir. He lets us know that Yen is already here and she's running the show.
She teleports in, not even a nice to see you, jumps right into a we've a curse to lift, there's this to do and that. So Eskel and Lambert get going. And she went to the guest room to rearrange things. Threw the bed off the balcony.
Shame. That was a good bed.
Said the same myself. Solid oak frame, down mattress.
We meet up with Yen and let her know we are disappointed in her behavior, especially because she threw out that bed.
Heard about the bed. Really prefer to sleep on the floor?
Moving on, we meet up with the fellow Witcher Lambert. He has been given the task of fortifying the phylactery with the power from the Circle of the Elements. We join him and get to work by defeating every living creature that gets in our way, starting with old Spear Tip. We then meet some trolls who don't want us to go any further up the mountain.
Witches is understand it?
We understand it.
We reach the top of the mountain and complete the task for Yen. We then head over and meet our other Witcher friend, Eskel. He has been tasked with defeating a forktail to get some fluid. We help out, then reject any opportunities to have some fun with him.
You're a stick in the mud.
Pretty damn handsome stick, though.
With all the tasks complete, we head back to the castle. We decide to have the night off, and I think it's obvious what we should do. Before we can have a few beverages with the boys, Yen takes us aside to have a little chat.
All right, what did I do this time?
No, nothing. I just wanted to take you aside, without cluing the others into what we're up to.
Mm-hmm. And what are we up to?
Sneaking upstairs to make love.
We return a few minutes later and do some catching up.
Long story. I was on Ciri's trail. Went to Velen, Skellige, Novigrad, where Dandelion needed saving again.
He get caught plowing somebody he shouldn't have been.
Right. Speaking of old friends Novigrad and plowing, how's Triss?
Off, Lambert.
After that pleasant conversation, Yen decides to leave us and head to bed.
Don't stay up long. Tomorrow's an important day.
Yeah, sure. We won't stay up too long.
Let's find a fourth. Better. A woman.
Lambert. You're a genius.
I know. Yennefer's clothes. Let's dress up.
Now, I'll do the talking. You two fiddle with the crystals. Kedmil Bloodedwa.
What is this? Who's that?
So sorry. We were never here.
I trust you have an explanation for this. A very good one. Go to bed. Now.
The next morning we rock up to the meeting still in our underwear. Despite that, it was time to lift the curse on Uma. Yen gets to work and we just supervise, as all good team members should do. We lift the curse and it is revealed that Uma is in fact Avalark, an elven sage. He reveals that Ciri is located on the Isle of Mists. Together, we make a quick plan that Geralt will go rescue Ciri while the others fortify Kaer Morhen for an incoming invasion from the Wild Hunt. We fail just a few quests as we set sail to the Isle of Mists. Then we travel land and sea to find Ciri. The Firefly leads us to a hut and we head inside. After being reunited, we head outside only to notice the Wild Hunt are already here. We get Ciri to teleport us out of there. We arrive back at Kaer Morhen and everyone is so glad to have Ciri back. But this peace and happiness won't last long. We make battle preparations as we know the Wild Hunt will arrive shortly. The main objective is to just keep Ciri safe, so she will stay inside the keep while the rest of us stop the Wild Hunt from advancing. Geralt and Lambert are up first. We are given the task of doing our best Solid Snake impression as we sneak past all the enemies. I cast Yrden on the portals and make a run for it until my stealth reactivates. With all the portals closed, it's up to the others now.
You were meant to wait inside!
I refuse to sit idle while you risk your lives for me.
We take out the enemies near Triss so she can continue to cast her fireballs safely. Back with Geralt, we make it inside and close the gate behind us.
Lambert! Don't be a hero! Geralt, go to Lambert now!
I'm sorry, Lambert. We are not gonna save you. It's nothing personal. We are just not a hero in this story. With Lambert now gone, we decide it's time to join the battle. The Wild Hunt enemies are nothing new, so we make quick work of them. Meanwhile, Eskel is getting whooped. Luckily for him though, it's Ciri that comes to his rescue. She is not bound by the same code that Geralt follows.
You're not supposed to be out here.
Too late now.
More portals appear inside the castle walls, so the best strategy is to just run past everyone and cast Yrden on them. Our attempts are futile, and the Wild Hunt still break through. Geralt is frozen rock solid alongside Eskel, so it's up to the Grand Master Vesemir now. Well, that didn't take long. Ciri surrenders, but the Wild Hunt are ruthless. Witnessing what happened to Vesemir triggers Ciri's true power. Her scream is too powerful, forcing the Wild Hunt to retreat. Luckily, Avallac'h comes to the rescue to calm Ciri before it's too late. Geralt breaks free from the ice now the Wild Hunt have left, and he heads over to check on Ciri. Geralt goes to comfort Ciri, but then he realizes what challenge he is participating in.
I can't cry. Don't know how.
Later that night, we attend the funeral of the two witches.
I'll remember your teachings always. And the sacrifice you made. Lambert, what a prick.
Ciri then decides she wants to avenge Vesemir. We agree, but persuade her to see the Emperor on the way, as we have ulterior motives. We meet up with the Emperor and show Ciri how much she means to us by collecting our reward.
Thanks.
Geralt?
$10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and that makes an even 100.
I'm sure selling her out won't have any consequences later on. Back on the road again, we head to Velen to begin our final hunt. Geralt and Ciri have a disagreement on who should fight the crones and who should fight Imlerith. They sort out their differences the way all adults should, with a best out of 3 rock, paper, scissors. Geralt wins, so he decides to climb the mountain to face Imlerith, while Ciri will head to the cave to fight the 3 crones. The crones are pretty easy. As Ciri, we can teleport around the arena to evade attacks. She also naturally heals during combat, so if in doubt, you can teleport out of danger to heal back up. Turns out one of the crones was still alive and takes Vesemir's medallion off Ciri. We are too slow to react and they get away. Meanwhile, Geralt has just reached the top of the mountain. We need to get stronger, so we unlock a new ability. This allows us to gain adrenaline points by dodging attacks. This will work nicely with the Undying skill to increase our survivability. Time to face Imlerith. This battle has 2 phases. The first one is pretty easy, you can just use Quen to parry and reflect damage back on him.
I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go.
For some reason Imlerith decided he wanted to just give up and stopped attacking altogether. I mean, it could be some genius play on his behalf to stop me reflecting damage back, but I can now just cast Igni, and they still don't react despite taking damage. I could have just won the battle this way, but I wanted to prove it could be possible to beat both phases in this setup. So we punch Imlerith and begin phase 2. In this phase, they will teleport behind you multiple times, so the key is to keep on the move until they complete their final attack. This will give you an opportunity to strike. I keep Quen active and make sure to keep 1 bar of adrenaline at all times. This will allow the Undying skill to take effect if needed. When Imlerith is stunned, we can then just cast Igni to do some minor damage. Eventually we do enough damage to defeat them.
Who taught you to fight like this?
The Witcher you slew.
After the battle, Ciri comes over to see us.
Now to find Eredin and kill him.
Give me a minute. I'm old. Need more rest.
I'd lost hope that you'd appear.
We couldn't wait for you to show.
What about me? Don't I get any?
You just got exactly what you deserve.
Ah, well. Ladies did quite a number on you.
Do a number on you if you don't.
In your shoes, my friend, I'd be promising mounds of gold, not making threats.
Untie me now, or you'll need that gold to replace your teeth.
All right. Oh, Geralt, how little you know about women. Did you really think you could have them both? You have a great deal to learn. Glad to give you some advice if you want.
Think I'll pass.
Now that we have had a long rest, we meet back up with the rest of the crew. Looks like they planned everything without us. But that's okay, we don't need no plan. We jump right into the thick of it, and Ciri has the same idea.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret.
During this clash, Ciri is able to damage their staff, which dispels the ice magic being used in the area. Before Carenthia can grab Ciri, she teleports to safety. Now it's time for them to learn why you don't mess with Geralt. Before the battle started, I unlocked the Shockwave ability. This ability allows Ard to deal a set amount of damage of 300 each time it is used. This will be very useful for taking out the Wild Hunt.
Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out.
Just before we can take them out, we are teleported into the ocean. They have merely delayed the inevitable as we finish them off underwater. This is it. Time to face Eredin once and for all.
Witcher. I was hoping you'd come.
What would you say to a few rounds of Gwent?
Similar to the last fight, we can just use Ard as our main way of dealing damage. The rest of the fight just relies on my dodging skills.
Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. I tell you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things.
With Eredin defeated, he decides to inform us that Avallac'h has tricked us and has taken Ciri. I swear, man, can things ever be easy? We track down and confront Avallac'h.
I've heard enough of your bullshit. Draw your weapon. Let's get this over with.
We pass the intimidation check and Avallac'h surrenders. Ciri then appears and tells us that she plans on stopping the White Frost. What is the White Frost, you may ask? Good question. I have not mentioned it once in this story. Just think of it as climate change that would cause an ice age. As a child of the Elder Blood, Ciri believes she can stop it at its source. She heads inside and seems to be lacking motivation. Ciri thinks back to all the good times she shared with Geralt. Oh wait, Geralt was a horrible father. 1 week later, we find Geralt is on a mission to defeat the last remaining crone.
Why risk it? Find the girl a new pendant. Her sorrow will pass in time.
No, it won't. My daughter's dead.
Sorry everyone, looks like The Witcher 4 is cancelled. We make quick work of the werewolf. It was a boring conversation anyway.
Come out.
The prophecies do not lie. You cannot survive this struggle. And you are afraid. You feel fear.
You lie. I don't feel a thing anymore.
For this battle, I used Quen to take out all the other monsters first. Once they were taken care of, I just used Ard once more to damage the crone. I realised at the end of the fight that Igni was a better choice here, but oh well. We stab the crone with our imagination and head inside to find the medallion. It is our last memento of Ciri and Vesemir. In the end, Geralt got what he deserved. When you dig your own hole deep enough, eventually you won't be able to climb out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to see more videos in the future. I'll see you next time.